Okay, so we are starting from F. So F is mostly, yes, Mamta, I understand. F is always giving sound. There can be no other sound with letter F, right? So now, when does double F comes? When does double F comes?
After a short vowel, and if it is at the last. Floss rule, basically.
Yes, floss rule. So what is floss rule?
After a
So the
short
word
while, if
Short vowel.
syllable.
Yes. So when you have only one vowel, there should be only one vowel sound. And if the last sound is f, then it will have double F. There can be few exceptions. What are the exceptions? What are the exceptions to this rule? When it comes to double F or the sound of letter F, what are the exceptions? If,
OF off.
yes, it's actually off, then chef. So there are very few exceptions. Okay. So this is all about F because it can not give any other sound. Now let's come to letter G. Okay. So G is having two sounds. Which two sounds?
G and J.
Hard and soft.
Soft.
So when does hard sound will come? The hard sound of G will be with A, with O, and with U, right? Yes.
Yes.
And G becomes soft with which three letters?
I, E, Y.
E, when it is GI, and when it is GY.
Y.
Okay. Now, when does G get doubled? As in the word hugged, why G is doubled?
Rabbit rule, in between two vowel, whichever letter comes, it doubles.
No, this is CVC rule. Okay, CVC
Okay.
doubling rule. So when you have last three letters are consonant, vowel, consonant, and you have to add any suffix which starts with a vowel, then the last consonant gets doubled, right? Now, the words which are derived from other language like French and Spanish, okay, there you will find G followed by U.
Just a minute, ma'am. Ma'am, rabbit rule also have the same pattern, na? If there are two vowels
The
in the middle.
rabbit rule, it is the whole word. Hugged is not a whole word. The root word is hug only. So it cannot be in the it cannot be taken in the rabbit rule. In the
Okay, so then
rabbit rule,
what is the
it is the
difference?
complete, in the rabbit rule, it is the complete word. It's the whole word, rabbit. The root word is rabbit. We are not adding any suffix here. But in the word hugged, we are adding a suffix, and because of that, the letter is doubling.
Okay, okay. Got it, got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so in French, some French and Latin words, you'll find G is followed by U, G is followed by GUE and GUI. Okay, so GUE, like in the word guest, okay, and GUY, like in the word guy, okay, or plague, league, okay. So these are mostly borrowed words. Also, you will find the words taken from Italy, the Italian words. How do you pronounce this word? It's an Italian word. How do you pronounce this word?
Spaghetti.
So this is an Italian word where G is followed by silent H. Okay, in Italian words, G is followed by H. Now, defender D. We have done this, defender D. When do you have defender D? In the words like badge. So what D is doing? Why it is called defender D? It is protecting the short vowel sound. Otherwise, it would have been beige, right? It would have been a long sound, beige, but it's not a long sound, it's a short sound. So that short sound, Shruti, why off is a tricky word? It's again a word taken from borrowed word, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So please mute yourself. So badge. So as sound is protected by defender D. So when you have a short vowel sound and after that you have soft G, that means G followed by E, then D comes to protect that short sound. Okay. But there can be some exceptions like in the word change. Okay. Sorry. Change is not having defender D. So you need to have short sound followed by G and followed by E, then D will come. Okay. Now letter teams. G teams up with which letter? So this is a completely different sound. We are treating as one sound, a separate sound. NG, right? So this is a consonant team. Okay. And you will find that these are mostly taken words, borrowed words. Okay. Now, there is a suffix also with ng, which is the suffix? ing. Ing is the suffix. Okay. If you are having a suffix ing, how will it change the root word? We have just now done, whenever you have a suffix which is having a vowel, starting sound as vowel sound, then CVC doubling rule will be there, right? This much is clear to everyone? Now, can anybody tell me why in the word finger, G is not making the soft sound?
Bossy R.
Because E is actually not standing alone. E is a part of a sound which is sound.
Sound.
So that's why it's E will not affect G. Also, G is also not alone. G is a part of N. Is one sound and is one sound. So that's the reason we cannot have here the word as finger. Okay. Okay. Always remember that whenever you have LE at the end, what is the difference when you have LE and when you have EL? What is the difference? The word with LE, how do you say this word and how do you say this word? And what is the difference?
Angle and angel.
Angel. Yes.
Because
So
GE.
in the word angel, there is soft G rule, but in the word angle, it's not there. Okay. So whenever you have LE, G will be with N. Okay. A, L. Okay, angle. But when you have EL, then E goes with G to make it soft and it becomes angel. Okay. Now, in many words, you have seen GH. Okay.
Shweta, syllabification of this angel.
Yes. Whenever
And
you have,
is,
whenever
right?
you have the long sound, you have
Hmm.
to keep it open. So A will be separate.
Okay.
Okay. Now IGH, which sound does it make? So G is having, G is a part of this combination where you have IGH, and IGH is a trigraph where GH remains silent, right? We all know that. Whenever I is followed by GH, I says long I sound and GH remains silent, right? All the words light, right, okay. Also for AIGH, that's a tetragraph. AIGH makes A sound, like in the word straight. EIGH, like in the word eight. So there, these are the words where G is silent. Okay, so we are talking everything about letter G. So letter G remains silent when these combinations IGH, AIGH, EIGH, then G is silent. Even AUGH. Can you give example? AUGH? Even OUGH.
Laugh.
Yes. Now, it is also a part of consonant team GN, where you will find G silent. Can you give me an example?
Sign.
GN. Sign. Okay. So, when you have a consonant in GN, the G is silent at the beginning or at the end of the root word, as in sign, foreign, okay, a sign, okay. But if Latin suffix is added, okay, now you must have seen why sign is having G silent, whereas signature, it is not. So you'll find that when you add some suffix after that, then it becomes, it gives the sound. It is not silent then. Okay. So this you will find in many places when the word is small and the sound is at the end. That effect goes when you add a suffix there and make it a long word. Okay. So G is mostly G. This is all about letter G. Now let's come to letter H. So what is the sound of letter H? Mostly it is H. So like in hat, hit. Okay. Now, many a times H is silent, especially in the beginning of the word, like are, like honest. So these are very small group of words which are taken from French where H is silent at the beginning of a syllable. And there are some, these are French words, and there are some Latin words where you will find H goes silent at the beginning of a syllable because it is inconvenient to pronounce. Like for example, how will you pronounce this? Or this, okay. Vehicle, prohibition. So it is inconvenient to pronounce the H, exhaust. Okay, so it is exhaust. And these are again derived words. These are Latin words. So H will be silent here. So it is not exhibit, but it is exhibit. It is not exhaust, but it is exhaust. Okay. Now, H will never come alone after a vowel. Okay. So, uh, wait. Or you can say vowel doesn't come alone. And for that reason, we are just adding H, O. Okay. Ah. Okay. Oh, okay. Now, this H is very, very game changer kind of, because it changes. With C, it changes the sound, where you have already done that. It can give how many sounds? CH can give how many sounds? Yesterday we did.
Sure. K.
There
Sure.
can be three sounds. Sh is the basic sound,
Sh.
and
K. Sh.
yes. Okay. Now, when it comes with G, what will happen? Just now we have done. Okay. With B, what will happen?
Sure.
Yes. With R, it will again be silent. Rhyme, rhythm. With S, what will it will do? It becomes S, it makes S gives sh sound. With T, it will have two sounds, voiced and unvoiced. With W, it will become silent. So H, we call it as a game changer. It, when it comes with all these consonants, it changes the sound. Okay. Now, next letter is I, and as I always tell that vowels are always complicated. So I is having many sounds. The first is the short sound. The most common sound of letter I is short, and as we have already done that, it should be a closed syllable. It can be a CVC word or it can have a VC. So after I, if you have a vowel in a syllable, then it is the short sound. Mostly it is the short sound. So the word like bit or the word like it, so CVC or VC. Okay, now we have done, it's an alternative for R sound. So when it comes with R, there's a bossy R rule. Okay. Again, bossy R will not have any effect when you have double R. Okay. So bossy R works only when it is a single R. Wherever you have two R, then it will take away that effect. Also, it will take away the effect if you have a vowel after the letter R, because vowel will take that R with it, like in the word spirit. So we know that it should be spirit, but the vowel I takes R with it, and so it becomes spirit and not spirit. Okay. Now I can make a long sound. When does I make a long sound? When it is paired with E sometimes. Yes, like in the word tie. Okay, so it has long sound. Tie, lie, die. Also, as we have already done so many times, if any time a vowel is left alone in a syllable, it is a long sound. So like in the word idea, it's not idea, it's idea. The reason is again the same, that it is not closed, it is open. Okay. Then we all know that magic key rule. Again, it will have the long sound, right? We have already done GH, it will make it long. Also, ND will make it long, like in the word find and kind. So IND or ILD or IGN, because we have just now done with GN, makes long I sound. Okay. Now, as I told you just few minutes back, that this effect can go when you add a suffix and make the word longer, and that is the reason why you will find that in the word kind, it is long sound, but in the word hindered, it becomes short sound because you're adding a suffix. So it is wild but wilderness. It is child but it is children. So when the word becomes longer because you're adding some suffix, that effect goes. We all know shy I, toughy Y rule. So Y at the end will make long I sound, like in the word buy, cry, try, dry. Okay. Now, in the word fly, Y is coming because I feel shy to stand at the last. But if you make the plural and add an S, then Y is not in the end. And so what will happen? I will come back. I doesn't feel shy to stand in between. So now it is IE giving eyes, right? When I and Y before another vowel, okay, if you have I and then you have a vowel, what will happen? You will do syllabication, and when you will do syllabication, you will have to leave that I alone because you cannot have two vowel sounds in one syllable. So you'll have to separate this. And when you separate, then I is left alone. And that's why it is I. Okay. Even like in the word variety, again, you will have I and E, where E is taken by the consonant T. So I is again left alone and it gives the long sound. Okay. Now we all know that Y gives long E sound when it is more than one syllable, like in the word candy. Right? But if you make the plural, what will happen? I will come giving E sound. So I can give E sound when it is plural of candy because you candy will be candies. Okay, but we are replacing Y with IE. Why? Because now it is in the middle. Okay, candy is a root word. Okay. Same way when you have the word like happy and you have to add a suffix like ness. So you have to put back the I. Okay. Also in the word happier. Okay. Now, this we have already done. I before E except after C makes E sound. Chief. So with C, it is EI. Other than that, it is IE. So that's the rule. I before E except after C, that rule we have done. Okay. Now again, there can be a schwa sound. With all the vowels, any of the letters, any of the word, if there are more than one vowel sounds, then any of the vowel can make schwa sound. So I can also make a schwa sound. So
Shweta, today it is already 9:30. Another commitment, 9:40 it is.
yeah, we can
Okay.
continue tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow again we can continue. Only for today there is a problem.
It's okay. It's okay. We have covered a lot. I think
Yeah.
that much is enough for today. So
Yes.
this is the homework. Find out words where I is having the shwasa. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye bye, everyone.